Imagine a world where the fight for global dominance isn't on the battlefield, but inside the tiny circuits of a computer chip. The US and China are in a heated race to control the future of technology, and the stakes couldn't be higher. At the center of this battle are powerful computer chips, the brains behind artificial intelligence, AI systems, that will drive tomorrow's innovations, from smart cities to autonomous vehicles. America, determined to stay ahead, has thrown up roadblocks, trying to keep China from getting its hands on the most advanced chips. The fear that these chips could be used for military purposes or to give Chinese companies a competitive edge on the global stage. But China is not playing by the old rules. In a clever twist, Chinese tech companies are sidestepping these restrictions by using cloud services that operate outside of US control. This cat-and-mouse game is a reminder of how difficult it is to contain technology in a world that's more connected than ever. But the bigger question is, what's next? As both nations push the limits of innovation, a showdown is brewing that could reshape the global tech landscape. And in the middle of it all stands NVIDIA, a Silicon Valley giant that started by making chips for video games, but is now the key player in AI technology. Their graphics processing units, GPUs, are powering AI breakthroughs at some of the world's biggest tech companies like Google and Facebook, making NVIDIA the silent force in this race for technological superiority. As this rivalry heats up, the future of AI, global power, and the digital economy hangs in the balance. Will the US hold on to its lead? Or will China find new ways to outsmart the tech restrictions and take the crown? The outcome of this tech battle could change everything. For China, AI is the heart of its tech strategy. To build its AI ecosystem and compete globally, China relies heavily on NVIDIA's advanced chips. However, the US government, aware of how critical these chips are, has imposed strict export controls on NVIDIA's most powerful GPUs, blocking their direct sale to Chinese companies due to concerns over potential military use. This restriction has shaken China's tech industry, threatening to slow innovation and disrupt AI development. Chinese companies are scrambling to find alternatives, but domestic chip makers are still far behind NVIDIA in terms of performance and sophistication. The gap is a huge obstacle for Chinese AI researchers and developers who need vast computing power to push their projects forward. In response, China has found a smart workaround: cloud computing. Instead of buying the chips directly, Chinese companies are renting computing power from cloud providers, many of which have data centers outside US control. This clever move allows them to indirectly access NVIDIA's powerful GPUs without violating export restrictions. Cloud computing has become a lifeline for China's AI progress. By leveraging the resources of global cloud providers, Chinese companies can continue training their AI models and running demanding applications, keeping their AI dreams alive despite US attempts to limit their access to critical technology. The global tech world is a web of connections, and China has found a clever way to sidestep US restrictions. Instead of relying on direct access to NVIDIA's powerful chips, Chinese companies have turned to a surprising solution: the cloud. By renting virtual servers in countries not affected by US export rules, they're able to tap into NVIDIA's GPUs without technically breaking any laws. These rented cloud servers act as supercomputers, offering the processing power needed for China to continue its AI ambitions. Engineers in China can access these virtual machines remotely and use them to develop advanced AI models, all while avoiding US chip bans. It's a smart move that shows the flexibility and determination of China's tech industry in the face of restrictions. This workaround has sparked new tensions in the US-China tech rivalry. While the US hoped to slow down China's AI development by limiting access to high-performance chips, the cloud solution keeps China in the race. It also raises a bigger question: Can one country truly control technology in a world that's so interconnected? If the US pushes further by pressuring cloud providers to block access, it risks disrupting the entire global tech landscape. As the battle continues, this workaround exposes the challenge of trying to enforce tech restrictions in a world where workarounds are only a cloud away. As China finds ways around US tech restrictions, the question for the US becomes, how should it respond? Will it double down on control measures, or should it take a smarter path, like working with international partners or boosting its own chip production? The entire tech world is watching closely. If the US ramps up restrictions, it risks fragmenting the internet, stifling innovation, and isolating itself from global tech progress. A better approach might be fostering cooperation with allies and setting clear standards for emerging technologies like AI. Working together could address security concerns without shutting down the free flow of technology. This tug-of-war over NVIDIA's chips is just a glimpse of the bigger battle for tech dominance between the US and China. The rivalry has the potential to reshape the global tech landscape, splitting the world by technological capabilities. Left unchecked, this divide could impact everything from economies to military power. The stakes are enormous, and how this competition plays out will affect the future of global order. The world is left wondering, can the US and China coexist and compete without sparking a new tech-driven Cold War? Or will this struggle lead to deeper divisions? In this intensifying tech war, the future is uncertain. While national security is vital, stifling innovation isn't the answer. Encouraging dialogue, promoting global cooperation, and investing in research could lead to a more balanced future. Technology should bridge divides,